Ricky talked about wanting to up the defensive intensity and energy. 113, one of the lower numbers you've allowed this year. What did you think of what you guys did on that end of the floor tonight?
We did a much better job tonight as a group, with focus, with toughness, with friction, and all you got to do is look at the quarter scoring, and you can see that there was some consistency. So now the task is to sustain, and will not be easy, but the message to the players today, during our prep session was that every game that we've won this year has been difficult. Maybe except the San Antonio game where they came in on a back-to-back, and we kind of jumped on them early. Every other game has been a dogfight, and tomorrow will be no different.
About how he thought presence would be important on defense. What does that kind of mean to you? And when there is good presence, what does that change about what an opponent can do to you guys?
Presence just means that you're up on your guy and you're physical and you're ready to play.
Going, especially in that third quarter today. Sometimes for him it's just making the shots because he always, feels like he's open. But what did you see from him that got going and got you guys going?
Well, Buddy was going to have a breakout in one of these games. Through the losing streak, he was one of our best defenders. He's worked extremely hard on that. There have been times he's sat out during games when other guys were going good during the stretch, and he's had the right spirit, and he's been, a real cheerleader. And so tonight, when he got it going in the third quarter, everybody was pulling for him, and that was a big part of the game.
How did you see Tyrese kind of work through it today? I mean, obviously it seemed like it took him a little bit while to kind of find his offense, to find his.
I explained it to you guys before the game. Sure. It's exactly the way I talked about it. Is that you get a lot of attention, you're getting trapped, you're getting leveraged certain directions on the floor. If you're one of those guys, if you're a Haliburton, if you're a Chris Paul, if you're a Steph Curry, then you figure out how to enable your teammates, get the team functioning at a high level, and you work your way into the game. And that's precisely what he did tonight. And it was masterful. It was very, very good.
18 for 33. Obviously, started talking with Buddy, but several other guys make a bunch of big shots. Mathurin, Nesmith, even Jalen Smith. Just how good was it for a lot of guys to see just see the ball go in, get some rhythm?
We've got to earn the respect of the basketball gods with consistent hard play, and then we're going to make our shot. We're going to make our share of shots. If we simply walk out there thinking about offense and thinking about outscoring the other team and thinking about our own offense, we will have a contaminated spirit, and we will fail. And so tonight, if you remember the beginning of the game, we started off in the first 5 minutes, and we did not have one bad shot, but we did not make very many. And so the message was, hey, continue the process, keep generating great shots. And then as the game went along, we kept our bodies on people. We were able to wear them down a little bit, and our pace game picked up, more open shots, and the balls hitting the bottom of the basket. So that's just how we got to do business.
Asked about Sticks before the game. He obviously comes in 10 points in 8 minutes. Just what do you like about what he did? Was there any issue with availability with him coming back, or did you just want to make sure that you were getting Isaiah continued work?
Yeah, it was likely headed into this game that he would play only first half minutes. It's difficult coming back from 3+ weeks, going out there, playing an intense 8 minutes, coming back out, sitting through 5 minutes of game time and then 15 minutes of halftime, and then another, probably 12 minutes until you get back in. So that's, you're looking at an hour or something like that. And so decision was made to pull the plug for tonight. And but it was as if he had never left. He was terrific. He was in position, took the right shots, rebounded the ball, and had a big presence out there. So we're happy to have him back. We'll see how he is tomorrow. The hope is he'll be available for tomorrow. I don't know what that will look like in terms of whether he'll play both halves or not, but generally you try to kind of build it up gradually with a guy that's been out for a while. So we'll see what's what.
We obviously talked the last couple of days, and you suggested the last couple of days there was a possibility of a lineup shakeup. You obviously didn't make one. What made you decide not to? What made you decide to stick with what you had?
Well, I thought our practice yesterday was very positive, and our starting group is doing a lot of good things. And in many ways, they're one of our best lineups. And so, to break it up simply just to break it up, to me did not make sense. But going forward, everything's on the table, and we've got to watch it very closely. I mean, look, I pulled 4 guys at once at the end of the third quarter because, we didn't seem to have the right spirit. And the starters went back in there, got it up over 22, whatever it was. Those guys went back in there and they got it right, And so a lineup shakeup isn't always changing the starting lineup. Sometimes you gotta pull the plug on a whole group and make a hockey substitution, which I don't like because it's no fun. It's no fun if you're the coach. It's no fun if you're one of the players. I was involved in too many of those when I was a player, so I understand.
For them tonight, one of the few times you've held the team to that, a few this season. What you guys talked about defense a lot Monday. I had a serious practice yesterday. What did you like about what you did on that end and the message received from yesterday?
I thought we were good on that end today. The way we play, the pace that we play, teams are going to score, 100, 110, whatever. But I thought our offense looked better today. We got a lot of good looks. We shot 46% from 3, but I thought Buddy started bad. I started bad. Buddy got going, but I feel like we're getting some pretty good looks offensively, and we have been through the course of these last, this 4-game skid or whatever. I feel like we've been getting good looks. They just haven't been falling, but I just figured out a way to win. Got enough stops when we needed to, and yeah, I thought we did a good job defensively tonight.
Did you guys tweak anything yesterday, or was it just hammering home what you've been doing all season, making sure you're all on the same page?
Just getting a better understanding of everything. I thought we went back to the basics on a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff that we, you generally do in training camp and don't do a ton during the season. But I feel like it was a good refresher for us, and I feel like it helped today.
Buddy got going really in that third quarter, and with the way he shoots, it was a matter of time before that happened. But what did you see from him getting going, and how did you try to help him get out of what he was going through?
Yeah, I just told him to keep shooting. I know who Buddy is. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time. So, if he just shoots enough, and he'll make them eventually. It's just a matter of time. But he's probably I don't even know what he's shooting on the season, but it's probably something really low compared to his normal numbers. So it was only a matter of time. It's the law of averages, and good to see the ball going in for him. And, me and Bruce are trailing right behind. We're going to get going soon. So, it's a good night for him.
You guys have talked a lot about that balance of, the way you play offensively makes it hard to defend at an extremely high level. Is there anything you could tweak to make that balance better, or would that sacrifice too much on offense to make that even plausible?
Well, I think it's like a little bit of give and take and trying to understand where you can be better. If you're going to be playing at the pace we play at, you got to take care of the ball because if you turn the ball over and playing that fast, that's hard to get back in transition because guys are running so hard. But also, I think just understanding that in transition, finding guys, loading to the ball so it's not easy drives. And I think we did a pretty good job of that today. And as long as we take care of the ball, we'll be fine. But I think that's really the biggest thing. When we take care of the ball, we usually defend better because teams are in transition less. But, yeah, how fast we shoot, teams are going to get more possessions and things like that. But there's definitely things that we can do to be better.
Rick was saying he felt like you did a masterful job of working through the game and what, continuing to get that better sense of how teams are going to defend you and then, kind of picking your spots over the course of the game. How did you kind of see that in terms of just how you worked through today as a whole?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. Definitely things I can do better. It's like 4 turnovers is ridiculous. The last 5 games, I feel like I've been playing pretty rough. So it's just a matter of time of, finding my spots again, making shots, taking care of the ball, and controlling what I can. Sometimes I tend to overthink when things aren't going well, and that's just part of the growth of me as a basketball player. So just getting better every night, and shots are going to start falling out. I can't worry about that. I just got to control what I can, my effort, attitude, and just how hard I play. Those are all things that I can control, and everything else will fall in line.
You obviously mentioned, Buddy, but how big was just to have the bench guys shoot like they did, Ben and Aaron? I think we're 8 of 10 between the two of them. You get a couple from sticks, and just how important was it to get those bench guys getting some threes early? It seemed like it kind of gave the rest of you guys a boost as far as shooting the basketball.
Yeah, I thought our second unit did really good today, defending and knocking down shots. We've been on Ben for, weeks to just shoot the catch and shoot because we feel like he's more than capable. Sometimes he just overthinks. He likes to dribble a little bit. So I thought he did a really good job of being decisive with his decision-making, just shooting it right off the catch. Aaron's been amazing all year. Didn't miss a shot tonight. Wow, didn't even realize that. But I think and good to have Sticks back. Really good to have Sticks back. So I think our bench did a really good job there. Even to end the game, I thought we did a really good job. It was a total team effort tonight for sure.
Just real quickly, the thing you said on Ben and catching and shooting. I mean, you hit that one from like half court, there, and he does take that. Was that kind of its own message from you, basically like, you're open, take this right now?
Yeah. Wait, what happened?
You got like the inbound. He was like all the way. You were on like one side of the floor. He was all the way on the other end.
I threw it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably really annoying to him right now. He probably. I'm in the middle of something. Go ahead. I'm probably really annoying to him right now. I think we all are because we want to see him shoot those shots. So good to see him get him up, and we're just going to keep encouraging him to shoot more.
And I guess just as a whole, just how important was it just to have a get-right game like tonight?
Yeah, you're only a game ahead of 500. We got a really tough schedule coming up, and this is a team who beat us. And, last time we played them. So definitely a good win for us. Just want to keep going off of this. We're obviously going into a rowdy environment tomorrow. Understand that, Ja's back, and they just come off of an exciting win. So we know what we're going into tomorrow, but just got to keep handling business, taking care of what you take care of. And, obviously you want to stay above 500 as long as you can. So as long as we play patience basketball, we'll be fine. No, it's Buddy's turn. Am I done? Yeah. Okay, thank you, guys.
Good job. See you. See you. He's done?
He's done.
Good.
Buddy, given your kind of last week or so, and we talked about this a little yesterday, but what did that third quarter stretch mean to you to just see it go in as much as it did?
It was all God, man. You just find it, you figure it out, and just red stress, and God always work at the right time. And, you recall the play, start the third quarter, you see one go down, and sometimes that's all you need, I think he can sense that, my teammates, everybody confident shoot, they know I was in a little funk, but we all were in a funk, and we always trying to figure it out. I heard you guys talking earlier, we get right game, like, it's the game that you need to get right, and especially going to an environment like tomorrow, looking at the minutes, we all done play heavy minutes tonight, so I think guys should be ready. It's a light travel, it's not too far. We should be ready to compete tomorrow. It should be a fun environment, as we all want to play in. And John Moran is back. And the league is always good when you have a exciting player like that back. It brings so much buzz to the fans and the media, and especially like the way he came back on the court. It's always exciting to see a player like that succeed when he had a rough stretch like that.
You work on your shots so much. When you're in a funk like that, do you try to get out of it quicker by keeping shooting? How does it affect your mentality as you try to work your way out of it?
I feel like if you don't shoot, it's even worse. And then when you shoot and you miss, it's even worse. So you just shoot till you make. And it is weird, though. It's just all about hand placement and confidence, because we all got good shots, and we're taking good shots. You look at the shot chart, in the shot chart, it's not bad shots we're taking, it just didn't go down, you just got to keep that mindset like next shot is the best shot.
Similar to what you alluded to earlier, but calling it a get-right game, is it relief just to get off that 4-game winning streak? How did it feel to get there?
Winning kills a lot on any team. Once you win, no matter how you win, it cares a lot. It's better than a loss. And from the stand we had, with everybody's relief, especially getting wins in front of our fans, they really deserve it. And coming off from a high, from in the in-season tournament and coming back, just like the regular NBA basketball, it was a transition nobody used to, it's the first time we all went through that. So we figured out weather storm, and we have another storm tomorrow. We got to weather too, so it's gonna be tough, but it'll be great. We get the win.
I know we talked to you about this yesterday after the practice, but I mean, how much did yesterday help get you guys right? Getting after it and having a taped-up practice, really focusing on defense. I mean, did that help kind of get you guys sort of settled and back into some feeling of normalcy after all that?
I think Rick, he's been in this business a long time. He senses. He's seen the good, the bad, happy and the sad. You know what I mean, guys. He's coached a lot. He's been through this. He's transitioned through a lot. He's been through this a lot, and he just did a good job of making practice physical. Even though we had a back-to-back, but sometimes you gotta have hard days like that, and where you just bring the team back together and start from the ground and build back up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, he's been through this process before, and he's seen it with many teams, and with good players and bad players, no matter what it is. So just regrouping, and it was great to see him taking charge of that and everybody just follow.
I just want to ask you about what Tyrese mentioned about Ben. He said that you guys have been really on him about just taking that shot when he can catch and shoot. Is that something you've been on him too as well, basically? And was it good to see him hit a couple of those, those types of shots? Yeah, Ben has been in a good rhythm lately too, shooting the ball. And he's a guy that's field and his rhythm shot is his rhythm shot. He's can't predict it, but in normal NBA, he's passing up, catching shoots. You don't really see that either. He'd rather take a dribble into the shot, but he's a confident player, man. He's one of our hardest workers. So sometimes you just let him be himself, and when he figures it out. And right now he's shooting the ball well, and wherever he does, we're just happy the ball's getting in the hole.
Rarely does a team score 144, and the first question maybe comes about defense here, but it did feel like a nice step forward for you guys. There's been a lot of talk about it, especially the last couple days. What stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, our help was there. We were flying around. When there was a breakdown, someone was there to help, and then we had help for him. So we keep playing like that would be cool.
How helpful was the practice, just having a couple days here in Indianapolis?
It was great, but we're back on the road, which sucks. But it was great to be back home in our own gym in front of our fans.
Yeah, the back-to-back here is coming. It'll be kind of a raucous environment with everything going on in Memphis right now. What's the challenge? What's the key as you look forward here?
Yeah, they're a really good team. They're getting a great player back. We just got to go in there, stay together. We'll bring our own energy and just stay together out there.
First off, how did it feel to be back? How just working all the way through it? Just what made you feel or determined you were ready today? Basically, how could you feel getting out there and getting 10 points in 8 minutes?
It was all fine. I mean, obviously I wanted to come back last game, but then I had to sit down and have an actual realization I wasn't going to be able to I ain't going to put my team in a situation where I'm not fully ready, especially after having my first day of contact the day prior. Yeah. So I was like, let me just give myself a practice day and see how I truly feel. But overall, I felt fine out there. Got my win back. That was probably the only really thing I was worried about, is just how my conditioning was. But overall, it was fine. And plus, we got a win, so I can't complain.
So I mean, how good is it right away to get a couple shots? I mean, you're obviously shooting an absurd number this year. I mean, you're like 74% probably, and you made 2/3 of your threes. I mean, what did it mean to kind of keep that, not take a step back, on shooting the basketball after you'd missed that much time?
It meant a lot. Obviously being on so long, you start to get that little devil advocate on your shoulder.
Yeah,
just
it's gonna be
wondering, is he gonna hit a couple shots? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about confidence and trusting the work that I put in, and everything went out fine.
Did you feel anything out there pain-wise, or was it all good for you once you got going?
It was all fine for me, no problems. I mean, obviously it was still a little soreness from from swelling, but swelling is gonna take a while to go away. But overall, I felt perfect.
Was it the knee or the heel that took longer to actually fully heal for you?
Technically, I mean, I want to say heel because, obviously with swelling in your ankle, it's tough to move on it, So, the knee was always, wasn't fine, but I could deal with the swelling in the knee.
You didn't really feel like miss a beat at all. Was that just confidence for you? Was it well prepared from coaching staff? How do you come back from injury and not think about it and play like that right away?
I think it was just anticipation, adrenaline, obviously leading up to it, I put in so much work, trying to get back, trying to find a way to help the team win. And, they had the confidence in me, so I had the confidence in myself.
And so you've been able to be on the floor for, 2 weeks or so? As far as just not doing full contact, but being able to run around and everything. You've had some time to
Actually, I think I officially got back on the court like maybe less than a week. You know, so I mean, it's different than being on the court by yourself and then being with others.
Sure.
You know, so most of them was just single workouts, but then I got into live stuff.
But just overall, how important was it just to get a get-right game?
Yeah, I was going to get one good time to get one back in the win column. You know, it feels good. Energy's, you know, back. Good not fall to 500, and you know, it's good going into to get a win going into this environment in Memphis.
I guess harped on defensive practice a lot yesterday. Could you feel the impact of that today and more focus on that end?
Yeah, we were definitely pretty locked in on defense today, and we got to have that kind of focus moving forward every game.
Would you feel like it was focus? Was it presence? What exactly was it that you felt like was better on that end?
I would say focus, presence, attention to detail, the want factor, the care factor. You know, you can go down the list. I think everything across the board was better today.
Didn't miss a shot. Did you know you were feeling it at a specific point in this game?
I actually did not shoot it well in my warm-up, and I was pretty upset. But I just found the rhythm. You know, I had guys like TJ find me in my spots. They make my life easy. You know, so my job's simple.
Are you one of those people that a bad warm-up leads to a good game and good warm-up
Usually if I shoot well in the warm-ups, I kind of, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, gosh. Got all the makes out the way.
Well, I mean, just in terms of getting you guys shots, I mean, what works so well just offensively to get a lot of guys? I think you had 18 today.
Just playing, you know, taking what the defense gives you. You know, like the way that they guard us today, it allowed us to get a lot of catch and shoots. And, you know, we are a prolific three-point shooting team, so a defense like that kind of works in our favor.
Was it a night where it felt contagious? I guess obviously Ben gets a couple, Buddy gets a couple sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Like once you see, I know we started 2 for 10 from 3, I think. And, you know, once you see a couple go through, get the lid, get off, you know, it becomes contagious. Yeah.
Well, how nice was it to get 6 back, too? I mean, how important was that? Especially he jumps right in, he hits 2 more threes. He's got 2/3 of them this year.
You know, when you sit out for 2 weeks and you come in and you get offensive rebounds, you make your shots. Like, he hit both of his open threes. Like, that's huge for not only him, but for us. You know, it's a good momentum boost, and for him, it, like, really helps him calm down and get back to the flow of the game and get his rhythm back. So, happy for him.